Hello, family and friends. I am logging in live to the Indiegogo page, the band Indiegogo page. We are on £3,778 so far, 63% of our target. The reason I'm doing this today is because we are on day 30 out of the 60-day campaign. So we are officially halfway, and obviously being where we are, we're past halfway in terms of what we're trying to raise, so ahead of target, really chuffed with that. I'm going to scroll down and actually go to all the backers, and I just want to give a thank you to all these backers, because so many people from different parts of our lives have been giving. So I'm just going to have a look at the list now and give you a quick rundown of thank yous. So thank you to Duncan Wilcox for getting everything rolling on day one, and Steve Sherlock, one of my students, long-term students, Toby Wilson, who's also part of the Jake Legs getting in a good amount to begin with, Kiri Wood, good old friend of mine, harmonica player. Kiri, thank you. Dave Martin, an old student of mine, thank you, very generous donation. Terry, my stepsister, John Plain, who I saw the other day at a gig as well. Thank you, John, for supporting the project. Paul Gray, that's my father-in-law. Thank you. Anonymous, couple of anonymouses now. Anonymous. I know who the anonymous ones are, by the way, but it doesn't show up obviously publicly, but in my private secret account I can see. AJS, I think that's Alison. Thank you, Alison. Glenn Dundon, you're the man. Thank you, and congratulations on completing the London Marathon as well last week. Your work for the hospice, really great stuff. Daniel Dempsey, one of my students over in Ireland. Ankur, another of my students, thank you, over in India. Look forward to sending that one out to you. A couple more anonymous. I like these anonymous ones, they're really mysterious. I wonder if people, yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Alan Rees, thank you, Alan, over in Clethley. Good supporter of the band. Jim Church, good friend of mine through teaching and workshops and online as well. Anonymous, again, we got loads of anonymous. Jed Wilson, good old friend of mine. Thank you, Jed. Mike Glassop, let's speed up. Even Lozier, thank you very much. Liam Keeley, great name. Thank you, Liam. Steve Maple, my old English teacher. Thank you. Johnny Bird, keep blowing that harp, Johnny. And Mark Cole, yeah, he's the man. Marie Wilson, fantastic. Derek Garforth, Joe Flower, old school friend of mine, and Joe Struzer, thank you for giving a quid and saying you'll give some more later on. Thank you. Liz Gray, mother-in-law. Some from my father-in-law and from my mother-in-law. Will Brumwell, old student of mine. Richard Parkhouse also. Rachel Morgan, uni friend of mine. Thank you. Bryony, my sister. Chris Harper and Victoria Bourne, both the Huskies. Not bad, eh? Ah, the Pews, they're my in-laws as well. Gopher, I think that's Roger Trowbridge at the NHL. Is that you, Roger? I think it is. Mike and Rian, thank you, over in Wales. Sarah, I think I speak to Sarah. Oh, I think that's Sarah Reeves. Thank you, Sarah. Oh, this is hard work. I'm not even sure I'm halfway through. Jürgen Mueller, thank you. I miss you, Jürgen. I hope to see you at a workshop again soon. Pete, I think that's my student, Pete. Julian D'Imperio, I know you, Julian, down in London. Hopefully see you again soon. Anonymous. Again, another anonymous. How weird. Stuart Maxwell, Richard Matheson, Peter Villa, Sorin Petrescu, hope I'm saying your name right. Anonymous again. Helen, my sister. Oh, I'm struggling to say this one. Jeroen Delu. Oh, I'm sorry. Jeroen. Paul Williams, old student of mine. Will Wilson, not sure, are you a YouTube follower? Anonymous, again, Stephen Scott, I know you, Stephen. Wayne Bradbury, Graham Larkby, not sure who that one is. W.P. Moffat. Rings a bell. Adam Pritchard. Thank you, Adam. Hopefully see you at the Gloucestershire Harmonic Players thing soon. Scott Brandreth. Anonymous again. Lee Sears, in fact. Here we go. Look at that anonymous again. George Hartson, another stepbrother. I got loads of stepbrothers. Anonymous. Ben White. Moses. Thank you, Moses. Hopefully see you at a jam soon. I'm losing my voice. Too many people. Good thing I'm doing this on day 30 and not day 60, isn't it? John Ward, my uncle. Thank you, Jonathan. James Haslam. Thank you, James. Stephen Larson. Christian Press. Adrian Leonard, thank you Adrian, up in Cumbria. Phil Jackson, James Watson, Sarah Miller, full house with the Jake legs, if I can get Neil to give something, you stingy bastard. Anonymous, Stephen Brosso, an old harp student of mine over in the US. Kelvin Holkoff, another student. Anonymous, Ian Kevin, Andrea, over in Italy, good old student of mine. Brody Young, Mark Einhouts in Belgium. Ezra, my best man at my wedding, my oldest friend. Thank you, Ezra, you're the man. Joe Lands, old school friend, nice to get in touch with you again. Dean Meadows from Elias T. Hoth, good to get your support and enjoying your new album. Thanks for having me on it. Roger, old student of mine. Greg Fab, another student. Welsh Connections, thank you. Really appreciate it. Rob Mitchell, cousin. Stuart Soul, old family friend. Dan Griffiths. Jack Hartshorn, Joe May, Anonymous, Nick Barber, Malcolm Thorne, nice gig the other day, Malcolm. Gary Tosh, Gail Chang, Alec Richards, Alec? You're not called Alec, you're called Alid. Raymond Leonard, Tom Lynn, you're the man. Robert Kaplan, Glenn again, thank you for making another order, Glenn. Tony Kester, Luke Skur, Neil Scott, Narina Scott, Catch22, I think that's Bobby. Thank you, Bobby. Your first student. I don't know who my first student was. I'm going to have to check who that is. Look at that. Your first student. Steve Hoyle, Neil and Jenny, Chris and Kevin, Jane Howie, Deborah, thank you Deborah, another anonymous, Jack Rutherford from uni, thank you Jack, Louis, finally, thank you, Benedict over in Australia, first order from Australia, I was hoping that, Toby Ellis, and then finally we've got another anonymous, that took so much longer than I expected. I'd be surprised if anyone has made it to the end with me. If you have, let me know in the comments. Thank you to everyone. We're halfway there in terms of time. We're more than halfway there in terms of funding. Hopefully we can kick on and get to the end. Thank you.